And here we are again at the Style Academy. Welcome back, everybody. This lesson is about writing active sentences, bringing actors and actions together. Now, sit back, folks, and let me tell you a tale of a sentence. This one. Here, let me read it to you. The fact of the matter is that there exists a need for an investigation by the university into the usage of laptops by students in their classes. What do you think of that sentence? It's grammatically correct. At least I think it is. But you can tell that there's something wonky about it, something wrong. Is it too wordy? Too clumsy? We know what it's trying to say, but it ain't saying it in the clearest way, is it? Well then, let's fix it. Pause this video and rewrite this sentence to make it clearer. Just think, what was the writer trying to say? And rewrite the sentence any way you want. Go ahead and pause the video now and do that. Okay, so what did you decide to do? How did you decide to fix this sentence? I rewrote it like this. The university needs to investigate how students use laptops in their classes. I like this. This sentence is clearer. We might say it's more active. We can tell who's doing what to who. So let's go back to our first sentence, our clunker sentence. And let's put on our doctor's smocks and diagnose the problem with this sentence, okay? First, it has a slow wind-up. The writer Richard Lanham calls this kind of wind-up a blah blah is that opener. It's filler. It's noise, actually. We look for the main point at the front of the sentence, and we get this flatulence. The fact of the matter is that... But if this clause here that's highlighted isn't the main sentence, or isn't the main idea of the sentence, then what is? Look closely. What is the main subject and verb of the sentence? Yep, you've got it. There exists. That's the main subject and verb of the sentence. So the subject is there. It's a dummy subject. That's what some people call it. There is or there exists is a dummy subject. It doesn't really exist in the world. You can't draw a picture of it. So who's doing what to who? The third problem here is that there are hidden verbs. A need for, an investigation, the usage of. We call these words nominalizations. That's a 6-syllable monster, I know, but it's a useful term. A nominalization is a noun derived from a verb, or sometimes an adjective. So here we have investigation instead of to investigate, and usage instead of use. Sometimes writers hide perfectly good verbs in nominalizations because they think their writing will sound more official or academic, and it ends up sounding just boring. Okay, one more problem to diagnose. Because of the other problems we've discussed, this sentence ends up using a bang load of prepositional phrases. Look at this sprawl. Of, by, for, into, of, etc. You see those prepositional phrases? If we look at it like this, if we line them up, it makes the writing kind of sound like a children's book. Over the bridge, under the stair, in the house, on top of the chair. That works pretty well for children's books, like, say, the Berenstain Bears or something, but it doesn't work very well for your writing. So maybe in the end it's better if we just make this sentence go away like magic. Now, you may have written sentences like that one before. I'm sure I've written sentences like that one before. And sometimes writing like that might make sense. You may find it necessary, for example, to use a nominalization to avoid an awkward, weird sentence structure. Remember that you have rhetorical choices. You write what is most effective for your audience and purpose, and sometimes you may need to use a nominalization, or sometimes you may need to write where the verb is not as active or the subject is hidden. I don't know. But writing experts would probably agree that you should keep your writing as active as possible by avoiding some of the problems we've just discussed. You will increase your rhetorical power if you can write clearly and actively, as a general rule of thumb. So To fix sentences like the one we're trying now to forget, follow these 3 rules. 1. No slow starts. Get rid of that stuff. So there, that's a little bit better. 2. Find the actors in the sentence. Who is doing what to who? The university and the students. And once you find those actors, move them over to the subject of the sentence. Begin the main clause with the actor, the university, or the students. Make them subjects in the sentence. Rule 3, give actors actions. And you can do that by avoiding nominalizations. So the university and then a need for an investigation. Change investigation to investigates or needs to investigate, right? The university needs to investigate how students use laptops in class. So we used these 3 rules to change this sentence fairly easily. But sometimes you'll need to change the grammatical structure of the sentence itself to make it sound more active. Take this example. The senator's proposal for a law making it legal to keep monkeys as pets led to wild laughter from the other senators. Now, there's no slow start here, but we do have hidden actors and actions, don't we? If we follow the 3 rules I just explained, we get this. The senator proposed a law, the other senators laughed. Well, it's better, right? But the coordinating conjunction "and" here doesn't really communicate that the second clause is a consequence of the first. The other senators laughed because the senator proposed a law about these monkeys. So we add a "when," like this, and we make the first clause a subordinate or dependent clause, and voila! Now the sequence is clear. When the senator proposed, ... the other senators laughed. All right, enough of my talking. It's your turn to get to work. The 5 sentences that you see in the next slide need a sentence medic, and that's you. Rewrite the 5 sentences you're going to see on the next screen to make them more active. Follow the 3 rules I suggested, and remember that to reinforce the meaning, you may need to make a subordinate clause. For example, that starts with although, or since, or when, or because. So, pause the video now and rewrite these 5 sentences to make them active. Okay. I hope you get to share your sentences with someone, like an instructor or a peer, because I'm sure they're awesome. They're much better than the ones that you saw on the screen. A final note about active sentences. You may have noticed that I did not use the term passive voice in this lesson. That's because the topic is complicated enough to call for its own Style Academy lesson, so check it out. And, as always, thanks for watching.